Hi, Michael Hebron here. I'd like to start by sharing maybe one of the most profound things that I've been fortunate enough to be made aware of over the years of coaching. Trying to teach somebody is very different than trying to help somebody learn. It was about 20 years ago, give or take, that I was proud to receive the PGA Teacher of the Year award. And about the same time, I realized some of the people who were choosing to spend time with me, a perceived expert, weren't really making the kind of progress I believed they were capable of. And my aha moment was that I was teaching with just one side of the story, golf swing information, and which I had spent a lot of time and resources gathering all this information. Became a golf machine certified, and would go to seminars, watch other teachers, and I knew a lot about the golf swing, people would say. But I realized something was missing, was my aha moment. I didn't know anything about the nature of learning. You know, what is the best way to learn this stuff? And for the last 20 years, with a lot of help from educators and award-winning scientists, I've been researching the nature of learning and the brain's connection to that process, and have now developed what you could say a brain-compatible approach, because the brain is the gateway to learning, and it has to be brain-compatible if it's going to be meaningful learning. Today, because I've joined, you could say, the art of teaching with the science of learning, students are learning faster and retaining skills and information much longer than in the past. There's been quite a difference. It truly has. I've made some notes here to get me through this. You could say for the first 20 years I was coaching with my B game, or what information was available during the 20th century. And it was mostly golf swing information. I now feel it's time to end all the debates about what golf swing information is the most valuable, what golf swing information is exactly right, and to step into how we share information with people. Words are the most powerful performance-enhancing drug known to man. Whatever your ideas are about the golf swing, how you're going to share them with your students makes the difference. All the research says it's less who's doing the teaching and the approach that's being used. Is it brain compatible or is it not? I would become painfully aware that the details and technical information I was using for 20 years, and getting awards for, by the way, was causing mental coaches to tell players, just free up your mind and go play. Go play to learn, so to speak. I'm going to highlight some of the guidelines that I've taken away from science and research. But first, in my view, the call letters of the PGA should stand for pleasurable game for all, not perfect golf alignments. I think when we try to get something perfect instead of just functional, learning slows down. So some of the highlights of, and this is just a few, drills, well, they're not very good for learning something new. After we know something, drills help, but all the research says asking somebody to do drills is not the best way to learn something new. Have your students make mistakes. If your students have what we call clubhead throwaway, have them practice that. Have them struggle. When you introduce mistakes, all the research out of UCLA, Learning Lab under Dr. Borg says introducing unwanted outcomes in learning environments helps learning. Jack Nicklaus even has a quote about how he will introduce mistakes when he's practicing to help him learn. Habits. Golfers do not create new habits. You don't try to change a habit. you introduce new motions, and you work on the new motion without trying to fix unwanted outcomes. Tiger or Jack or me do not hit new bad shots. Whatever habits we grew up with, we still have. So you work on something new as opposed to trying to fix an unwanted outcome. Fixing, all the research says fixing isn't learning. Another really great insight that I took away from the research is trying to teach how the body should move is not as useful as training the club for the shots you want to hit. Train the club in a positive way. Train the club, where do you want the head, the shaft, and the face for the shot at hand. Training the club is much more powerful than trying to teach the body how to move. The next thing is when I try to get players to stay away from this concept of having a consistent golf swing. Consistent golf swing can only hit one shot. We never have the same shot. We never use the same golf swing. So when you're training, your goal is to develop flexible, portable golf swing that can hit a variety of shots, which works its way into how random training is much more powerful than block training. It's not a very good learning approach to sit there and hit the same shot over and over again. Much better learning method is to hit different kinds of shots. Hit one high, hit one low, put one back in your stance, forward in your stance. That's what golf is. And the golf course is the swing model. The golf course is telling me to use an 8-iron, it's telling me to play it back, play it forward. It's not films of some expert player. Studies show that attempts to, say, get it exactly right are not as valuable as feeling that your golf swing is functional and it's working and it's a circle. Just making this, swinging the weight of the golf club as opposed to paying attention to what to do with body parts. All the studies say are much more powerful. When you're coaching, change the environment every 5 minutes. You might be working on alignment, you might be working on whatever concept you're working on. Bring it to different situations with different clubs. Don't stand there in one place working on a single concept. The mind gets bored. Change the setting and the club. You can work on one concept but change the settings that you do. Also, I'm going to say something pretty controversial here, I think. Grip, stance, and posture are not golf fundamentals. They're personal choices. In my opinion, when students are asked to get just the right grip, just the right posture, just the right alignment, they slow down the process of learning how to move. Golf is a doing, moving game. On tour, there's probably 100 degrees difference in how people hold the club. On tour, people stand open, people stand closed, making people believe that golf fundamentals are grip, stance, and posture. They're personal choices. The fundamentals of golf have to do with the golf club. A fundamental is an open club face hits a certain kind of shot. A closed club face hits a certain kind of shot. A golf club coming in over plane hits a certain kind of shot. A golf club coming on plane. Those are golf swing fundamentals, not grip, stance, and posture. Now, in closing, I think I would like to thank the PGA for this opportunity to share some of the research that I've been doing for the last 20 years by combining the nature of learning with subject content. We also have my next book will be coming out. It's called Modernizing Approaches to Learning. It will be available in a month or so.